New Zealand, meanwhile, have thrashed the world champions England by 9 wickets in the first game of the 2023 Cricket World Cup in Ahmedabad. Devon Conway and Rachin Ravindra smashed centuries and shared a record stand of 273 as the Kiwis sailed past a target of 283 with 82 balls to spare. Without Ben Stokes for England, New Zealand also without the injured veterans such as Kane Williamson and Tim Southee. Now, England weren't able to get off to a blistering start with Matt Henry sending back David Malan. England at one point of time were 51 for 1 after 10. Mitchell Santner kept things start and sent back Johnny Bairstow for 33. With Rachin Ravindra then sending back Harry Brook to make it 94 for 3. Moeen Ali also lost his wicket pretty quickly, trying to play an aggressive shot, and at 118 for 4, England looked like they were in a bit of trouble. Joe Root then kept things up at one end, and that allowed the captain Jos Buttler to get England moving. Their 70-run stand got England past the 200 mark, but Buttler fell to the tireless Henry before Bolt sent back the dangerous Liam Livingstone. Root became Glenn Phillips' second wicket as his innings ended on 77, and New Zealand restricted the champions to 282. The Sam Curran bowled a great first over and had Will Young caught down the leg side for a duck. New Zealand promoted Rachin Ravindra up the order, and he counter-attacked in the company of Devon Conway. The two players showed some entertaining shots as the hundreds came up in the 13th over. Conway then reached his half-century a bit after Ravindra, but he got to the three-figure mark of 83 balls. Ravindra, who was playing in only his 13th one-day international, got to his maiden 100 in one-day cricket of 82 balls as the partnership went past 200. And they weren't done and finished yet, and they, of course, crossed the final mark in the 37th over, with Conway unbeaten with a career best of 152 runs, while Ravindra walked back with 123 to his name with the stand unbroken on 273.
Team has done great things in the past. You always say that the Kiwi boys are always together.
Yep.
They play as a team. But they're playing this match with what? 12 fit players? Each Shodi is the only fit player who's sitting, who can probably come out and field in case something goes wrong. Because Kane Williamson was not risked. Tim Southee was not fit. And then Lockie Ferguson is also injured. So in a squad of 15, these are 12 men. And they've gone and done a demolition job on the world champions.
Things happen in strange ways, don't they? Particularly when you don't expect it to happen. With all those players unavailable, and you know those guys would have been in the 11, and so it opens up opportunities. And I believe Ravindra may not have played in the 11.
Yeah, he only came in because of the player sitting out.
Yeah, so you know it's strange how things happen, and you never know when opportunity strikes. And certainly we've seen another example. You know, when you least expect it, it happens. So you just got to be ready, and he was ready.
Yeah, Rachin Ravindra, named after Rahul Dravid and Sachin Tendulkar, both those legends will be so just proud to have their names associated with this boy, just because of the way he came and turned the game around.
Surely, and you know, for somebody so young, he's the youngest centurion to have got 100. And
after Virat, he's the youngest Kiwi centurion.
Kiwi centurion, that's right, and the first of the pair. Like these two getting hundreds are the first time it's happened in World Cup cricket.
Yep, just what a partnership. 280, what 3 to get, 10 was when the first wicket fell. You said, hang on, England seemed to have got a chance here. And it was Ravindra who started off, and then Conway joined the party. Were England guilty of really bowling bad balls? Were England just giving away too many boundary balls? They could never build the pressure.
Well, no, I think there was a combination of both. You know, when you bowl really well with that skill level, it's difficult for the batsmen to score freely in the way they did. So there was a combination of both. They struck it really well, but also they capitalised on ordinary balls that were delivered in the wrong spot. And Wood, who is really quick, he didn't hit his straps fully, still fast enough, but his pace was used to advantage to knock the ball into the boundary. And they completely obliterated everybody.
Okay, you're coach of England. You've been called in from the WION studios to Ahmedabad, and you've been asked to give them a pep talk. How do you make them forget this hammering? it's easier said than done. It's going to be at the back of their minds. So as a coach, if you could share that perspective with us, how do you recover from this shellacking?
Well, I think the objective is to have them, as I said before, walk out of that room feeling better about themselves. And I think one performance doesn't define you. So I think that point has to come across. They also need to know, it just seems like I'm repeating myself a little bit, but they need to know why this happened and how that happened, and more importantly, what you need to do to stop it happening again. And it comes back down to, if you get a start, man, back to the conditions. We have enough firepower to accelerate hugely, really, really quickly. You know, more than 100 runs in the last 10 overs. So we have to do the hard yards, understand your responsibility, understand what role you play. I know they're aggressive. I know that they want to be, and they'll score 300 on the flat pitches. When it comes to these sort of tracks, you have to, be a little bit more cautious, because later on you can go for it. And that's the difference, I think.
WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.